Nobody can make a knowledgeable decision when under the influence of alcohol, whether you're an adult or an adolescent. So if there's nobody that can make that right decision while under the influence, then who's the one teaching in that situation? I know we all had those times being curious and wondering what it's like to be grown. I'm sure you've all heard at least one person from your high school class talking about how their parents are so cool. They probably explain how they let them drink, but only when it's with them and in their house. Do you think that makes sense? Do you think that makes it any better? I'm only 17 right now. I didn't exactly go to high school either. I was with a group of kids that thought it was so cool to drink with parents, but at that time, I didn't realize the consequences that would come along with it. Unfortunately, you have to learn things on your own to be able to get it. I don't think anyone should have to go through the consequences, in my opinion. You should learn from others' mistakes. So I'm going to explain why you shouldn't give your children the option to drink if under the legal age, no matter the circumstances. Most parents figure that if they let their child drink in moderation at home with them, they'll be less likely to become a binge drinker. Nearly 45% of teens got free alcohol from home, and nearly 16% obtained alcohol from a parent or guardian. Some parents feel if they don't let them drink at home with their supervision, they'll sneak and do it elsewhere, and that's more dangerous. Underage drinking is not safe, regardless of where it is or who it's with. There are still consequences for every action, whether that's legally or worse, death. Alcohol Health says teens who attend a party where alcohol was supplied by a parent were twice as likely to have engaged in binge drinking and twice as likely to become a regular drinker. But teens who drank along with their parents were only 1/3 as likely to binge drink and half as likely to become regular drinkers. Michael Hilton from the Wall Street Journal says, underage drinking is not safe, and it's not the case that somehow the risk is removed because the parents provide it. The National Institute on Alcohol Abuse and Alcoholism states that motor vehicle crashes are the leading cause of death among youth ages 15 to 20. Alcohol use interacts with conditions such as depression, stress, and contributes to suicide. The third leading cause of death among young people between the ages of 14 to 25. 10% of female high school students report have been raped. Research suggests that the alcohol use by the offender, the victim, or both, increases the likelihood of sexual assault by male acquaintances. Research shows that sexually transmitted disease, including HIV and AIDS, the probability of sexual intercourse is increased by drinking amounts of alcohol sufficient to impair judgment, but decreased by drinking heavier amounts that result in feeling nausea, passing out, or mental confusion. The Huffington Post recommends that you do 4 things to effectively prevent your child from underage drinking. One of those things is to talk. As simply as it may sound, you need to educate your child on drinking. At a young age, kids are exposed to drinking, whether it's on TV or in a household. So it's essential that you educate them on all the reasons why you should and all the consequences that come along with it. The Huffington Post also brought up being an involved parent in your child's life as one of the things that can prevent your child from underage drinking. Support them in school and other activities. The more successful they are in and out of school, is the less likely they are to get in trouble with substance abuse. Get to know your kids' friends. The biggest risk factor for underage drinking, it turns out, is having a best friend who drinks. Get to know the parents of those friends. If you do all this, not only are you likely to pick up on a problem, but you also send a really clear message that your child and their life really matters to you. The Huffington Post states that being a good role model is essential to your child's life, and also their decision-making skills. The second biggest risk factor for underage drinking is a family history of dysfunctional drinking. Kids always pay more attention to what we do than what we say. If you want your child to have a good judgment about alcohol, show it yourself. The fourth way that the Huffington Post recommends that will help parents prevent underage drinking is to not be afraid to ask for help. If you're worried that your child may be using alcohol in risky ways, you don't need to handle it alone. Like I said, there are many consequences that come along with underage drinking. The consequences could be a variety of things. This report isn't designed to say, bad parents. It's designed to say, here's an issue. You should pay attention to it, says Peter Delaney. You may seem like you're honestly trying to help or trying to prevent your child from the consequences that may come along with underage drinking. But underage drinking is unsafe, regardless of where it is or who it's with. In any situation you are in, there are extremely high risks when alcohol is involved. When you are under the influence of alcohol, you aren't thinking straight, and being safe is the least of your worries. So if you're drinking, how are you supposed to make sure your child's being safe, considering you're not being safe yourself? We have all had those times when we wondered what it'd be like to be drunk, but have you thought about how this could affect you and your family in the long run? You know what people say, curiosity killed the cat, and you don't want it to kill you.